Welcome back to the Mike Papakilo channel here on library.tv. If you guys aren't already over there, you definitely should be, because YouTube is anti-gun and has been trying to take us down for over a year now. I actually saw some anniversary videos from a year ago where they were demonetizing everything. I was like, oh, this is proper timing for them to take our channel down. So if you guys aren't watching us on library.tv, check out the link in the description below. And giant thanks to Stoeger for sticking with us through this wonderful time of coronavirus and sadness.
Lol.
And all the wind. I gotta anchor that one down. A lot of our sponsors are sticking with us, and we greatly appreciate all their help, because our viewership just got cut down to 1,000th of what it was. So this is the P3000 home defense. This is similar to the other P3000 that we did a review on, but the way this one is different. It has a 18.5-inch barrel, so it's the legal minimum length for a shotgun. The same rotating bolt style of action here. You can see the lifter and the bolt there. And there's your release right there, so it's locked until you push that button. You can see a little magazine tube little magazine tube extension here. And you can see this is actually thicker walled, so it should shoot slugs a little bit more accurate at 100 yards. So we'll be testing that out in a later video. Just putting this against the field barrel of the normal P3000. But we're going to be doing our normal 100-round break-in with mostly buckshot, because of course this is a home defense style of shotgun. And just having some fun, doing a little gun miss here, doing some mostly buckshot shooting, a little bit of slugs, and just have a little fun. It's a beautiful day out, and you know, you got a shotgun, so I mean, you can turn a lot of things into dust. One interesting thing is they included the box that the chokes and stuff would normally come in, but since it's a cylinder bore, you just get a little place to stash all your weed. All right, so we're gonna start off here with some Royal Buck. You can see we're at about 15 or so yards away. I wanna see how this stuff patterns, because a lot of times in movies, you'll see a shotgun pattern at several yards or feet at this distance. I'm gonna go ahead and guess, Beard, about 8-inch spread. What do you think, cylinder bore?
Cylinder bore, yeah, I'd say up to a foot.
Oh, we'll walk up there after I shoot one shot at each of these, because I'm just interested to see. I've never done this test myself. I've seen it done on the internet a couple times, but you know, it doesn't really concrete in your brain until you do it yourself. So, operating procedure, of course: unlock it, take one, put it right in the chamber there. We'll put it on safe. Just flip the gun over, since I got a fistful of buckshot here. See how many this thing can hold. One for my homies. There's 6. Oh, so close. It's like a 6+1 capacity on this guy. All right. See what one shot each on these guys yields. And of course, this doesn't have a typical bead sight. They put a nice blade on the front, which if I keep this thing, I'll probably paint orange or white. Maybe even yellow. All right. Okay, put this thing on safe. We'll go down range and see what that did. About 13 max spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this one I pulled off to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's a little bit slow. 6, 7. You can see on the perf here. That's about a 10. So that's a foot spread at 15 yards. That's pretty significant. I'll go ahead and patch them up. We'll move up to 10 yards. So yeah, 10 yards. That's quite this, or 15 yards. That's quite the spread. I've never considered using a shotgun for home defense. That's just my personal preference, but definitely wouldn't be shooting this out to 50 yards at somebody, because you're probably going to hit them with maybe one ball bearing. So try here at 10 yards, see what it does. This one should group about 6 inches, I think. What do you think, Beard?
We were going from 15 to 10.
Yep.
I'm still going to hold 10 inches.
10 inches? All right, let's see what happens. Here we go. So you definitely see the wad on these two. So You can definitely see where the wad went through. What did I say, 6 inches? Look at that, Beard. 5 3/4.
Nice.
On that guy. And the wad right about here. We got one outlier over here. Without the outlier, that's 5 3/4 as well. That's pretty consistent. 6 inches with that one outlier.
I'd go from that guy to there.
6 1/2, almost 7, 6 3/4. So yeah, it's about, there's an MPK hand, giant mitt. About, hands are about 6 inches across, almost 5 1/2. So that's more than a fist size hole. So at 10 yards, that's more than what I would consider concealed carry distance, but that's a pretty good grouping. We'll see what.
That's lethal.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna blow the center of anything. So let's see what 5 yards yields. All right, Beard, 5 yards. I imagine I can probably put my fist through this.
5 yards. This is where MPK's head is.
This is your average, as far as a home intruder is considered, depending on if you live in an apartment, a small house, or a large home. In my apartments I've lived in, you're not gonna have much more of an engagement of 5 yards, and especially in really densely packed areas of the world, I would not consider shooting ball bearings at somebody because it's gonna go through walls. A lot of guys advocate for home defense shotguns. If you have a homestead out in rural America like this, I think a shotgun's a pretty good choice. As far as apartment complexes go, I always tell people to get a 9mm, get hollow points, because normally the hollow points will open up and stop, but I imagine I'll be able to fit my fist through these holes. What do you think, Beard?
I would imagine so, pretty close.
All right, here we go. Very, very tight. 2 1/2 inches, 2 3/4. I can almost fit my fist through that. It's pretty tight. And that is also dependent on the ammo that you use, depending on how the shot cup's designed. This Royal Buck seems to be pretty tight. So that one's about 3 or so, but that's the wad right there. So that's about 3 maximum. That's a pretty tight little grouping.
That's about fist size.
So we're gonna run through that again with birdshot, because I have heard a lot of people advocating birdshot for home defense, which, especially in apartments, if all you have is a shotgun, I'm gonna go ahead and make my prediction is that's probably a better idea, but
just so there's less collateral damage.
That's mainly because there's less mass in the little BBs. But yeah, this is pretty drastic. From 15 to 5 yards, you go from over a foot to 2 inches at 5 yards. That's pretty drastic, and that's why most shotguns that shoot birdshot have chokes. So we're actually gonna work backwards since we don't have any more pasters, and you know, being unemployed, I'm kind of poor and haven't bought any more. So this is some cheap Herders birdshot. This is 7 1/2 shot, 1 ounce. So we're gonna work backwards. We're gonna start here at 5 yards and then go to 15 yards and see what the extreme spread gives us. I'm gonna imagine it's probably gonna be about the same. You're just gonna have more BBs displaced evenly. 5 yards, here we go. Yeah, that's pretty close to the same thing. That's it's quite a bit of spread. You got like a 9-inch spread as the buckshot was closer to 3. So I imagine once we move back to 15 yards,
It's gonna be all over it.
there's where the wad went through. So yeah, I think we can make that assumption right off the bat here, 10 inches. That's pretty drastic. So yeah, I think we should do a drywall test eventually with the shotgun and see what ball bearings do compared to birdshot, because I imagine birdshot, and we'd have to put some sort of test media behind it to see what damage it does. Imagine birdshot, when it goes through 2 layers of drywall and some insulation, probably not gonna do much. So back here at 15 yards, I imagine we're gonna get some BBs off target.
I would imagine so.
So we'll just see what we can infer. I pulled that second shot off to the right. Let's see. So you got some up here. A lot of it patterned off to the right here. I don't know why I'm pulling these shots to the right. But that's more of a 2-foot spread. 22, 23 inches, any way you cut it. The same thing over here. I got some all the way up here and got some all the way down there.
Maybe that guy too.
Yep, so that's another extreme spread of over 2 feet. Yep, 23 inches. So that's a lot more than I thought. That's something I just wanted to do to show you guys what cylinder bore does, especially out of an 18.5-inch barrel. You can probably still break a clay with that, but that's a pretty big dispersion. Neat. So I got more of that herder stuff. We're back here at 15 yards from that round plate and about 20 yards from the other round plate there off to the right. I doubt you're going to hear this when it hits the steel. I didn't hear any of those, Beard. You could clearly see it getting hit. You can probably zoom in on the plate on the left and see all the little BB shots, but it is not doing anything to those plates.
Yeah, no.
You can see all the little specks. I can see them from here, but yeah, that is doing absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up some of this Fiocchi now, or the Royal buckshot here. It's a nice little clear shot shell, so you can see all 9 BBs stacked on top of each other. I imagine those ball bearings will probably make a little bit more noise. What do you think, Beard?
Just a hair.
Look at that nice little courtesy notch they cut in it for you.
I saw that.
So you don't lose your thumb like you would with other lifters. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see if this makes any noise. Yep, I can definitely hear those, especially on the one that's hung up a little bit more. So that's just a couple things to think about, boys and girls. If
hold on, let's get a nice pull in on those. You can see where those are impacted.
Can you? That's pretty cool. So if you guys decide to make a shotgun your home defense, that should give you something to think about. I'm gonna let Beard run a couple magazines through this thing just so we can get to the 100 rounds. But so far, I like it. It's a handy little shotgun. It only weighs about 6 or so pounds. It's not very heavy. And that thick-walled barrel, it hasn't heated up yet, so I can still hold my hand on it. So that's pretty cool. I like it a lot. You just ghost load it?
Yep.
Well, just run those 3, see if it'll run reliable. I'm pretty sure that you can ghost load these.
We'll find out.
Well, there you go. Ghost load worthy. So essentially you'd have to load 6 in the tube, and then you could ghost load the last one possibly. Six. So you can ghost load that last one. Hey, ghost load. There you go, 8 shots. That's pretty cool. I've never really messed around with shotguns enough to try and ghost load them, but there you go. The Stoeger P3000 is ghost load worthy. Those BBs, that plate looks like a 13-year-old's face. So what do you think with the bird shot?
It's bird shot.
Bird shot.
It shoots nice. Nice and light. This is very light, surprisingly. So some of that prairie storm coming out of this would suck.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be fun. It's a neat looking shotgun. You can definitely make it your own. Mm-hmm. But I think the length of the pole is probably the same as the other one.
It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, it is actually shorter. Look at that. Mm-hmm. You can actually have
I like this better.
So extend the pump out. Not bad.
I like this much better because that length of pole is just a hair shorter.
Yep.
So it's actually comfortable.
Do buckshot now. This thing is claiming 1345 at the muzzle. I don't know if I did a shotgun muzzle velocity test on these or not. It's been so long since I did that Fed Arm FLN lever action shotgun.
How much does this guy run retail? I don't think we ever said.
Oh yeah, MSRP on these is only about $330.
Shouldn't bad.
I think you can find them on gun.deals for closer to $265, $270.
Oh, there it is. Go slow time.
Is that one a little bit longer, or can you ghost load it? Oh, just a little bit longer, so you can't ghost load those.
Sad.
See if you can use the Three Amigos as like a dueling tree. Even hit those. That stand's already broken. Well, you hit all of them.
Just short chucked it.
There you go. Nice.
Oh, one more.
Yeah, look at that. Definitely hear those good too.
You feel a difference with buckshot.
Yeah.
With how light this thing is.
Yeah, that's it's a little more toasty, that's for sure. There'll be 50 rounds through the gun, no malfunctions, which of course you would expect from a pump gun.
God, I would hope so. Unless, of course, you're made by Kel-Tec.
Hit that plate, yeah, hit the plate on the right.
On the right. Ooh, it's toasty.
Toasty. Yeah, runs good. Like it.
Yeah, like I said, it's super light, and just that extra little bit less of a length of pole makes it a little bit more comfortable for someone shorter like me. Made in Turkey. I like having the extra length of tube so I can have those extra shots.
Yeah, 2 extra shots is pretty nice. And we'll do a detailed disassembling cleaning on this, but for now, the checkering is like any other polymer checkering. It's nothing special, but it gives you enough grip, especially if you have sweaty hands.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's certainly better than nothing. We got a little bit of a polymer trigger guard here. Of course, there's the release, there's the safety. Nice close-up of that for you guys. Pretty typical for most of these guns. And yeah, it's a shotgun and it works. That's that's about all I got to say about it. I like it because it's a little bit shorter, a little bit lighter, and we've never had a defensive style shotgun that has an extended tube, I don't think. Well, I think the FRN did, now that I think about it. So this thing doesn't remind me of the FRN though. It feels a little bit stouter.
A little bit. It's definitely probably a pound or a half pound heavier.
I think it's a half pound heavier.
And it's a little bit easier to manage.
Yeah. Cool. Let's slug it. So since we're not zoomed in like we were on the field style P3000, the 28-inch barrel, you'll be able to see these true balls smoke because they are hot. And basically what that is lead dust. Since the extra velocity, it tends to vaporize the base of the slug. And maybe in this high light you'll be able to see it, but I'm just gonna be aiming there at 20 yards. If I miss any, it's gonna be on me because, well, 20 yards is nothing for a slug. All right, here we go. Oh, pull it high. Oh yeah, I hit it high and it launched the rear support. So you gotta aim about 6 o'clock on the plate. Those are definitely toasted slugs. We'll see what the other tactical slugs have in store. Man, that messed up that leg, Beard.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So yeah, that target stand is now a bit compromised. I'll have to remake those. More of a target sit now. Not much of a stand.
It's not a target lay yet, though.
All right, Beard. Let her rip. High. And she's gone.
Now it's a target lay.
Try and hit the Three Amigos.
No, I was gonna do sing song first.
Oh,
and
do
then
that,
the Three
yeah.
Amigos.
A little high. Oh yeah, put the hurt on him. Nice.
That was the last one.
Yeah, so you just gotta aim a little bit low. We're used to shooting at 100 yards, so 100 yards would probably be right on. But pretty neat.
So now it's funny because shooting those slugs was a lot lighter than that buckshot.
So that's a concept that I'm gonna do for military surplus this year is I finally got a short Mosin Nagant and I shot it, and it recoils less because the recoil goes up and around your body, so it torques around your body since there's less weight, whereas a regular Mosin goes straight into you. So yeah, the heavier loads, I don't think they're hitting near as hard.
No, nowhere near that. Shooting those slugs is a breeze compared to that buckshot.
Yep.
That was actually almost pleasant.
I would have to say the same thing. All right, let's do some speed drills now. So this is a bit of a different variety of buckshot. This is actually 12 pieces. And this is from our folks at Cellier and Below, which are more of a budget brand now. Find them on the internet in a number of different places. So you can see the stack up there is a little bit different than that Royal buck since there's more ball bearings in there. And I'll let Beard run ye old timer, and we'll just see from low ready how fast I can shoot both Sing Song and the round plate with this pump gun. Oh, pretty close. Can't ghost load with these. Which, there's another method of doing it, but I'm really not that interested. All right, start from low ready. Beard's gonna read off the first and last shot, see how fast I can get at this.
All right, shooter ready. Stand by. All right, that is a 5.6 reaction with a 6.8 split.
That's not bad. I shot to the left, only got like 2 or 3 BBs on the target on the left. I'll try and keep that one centered.
All right, shooter ready. Stand by. So that is a 7.1 reaction with a 5.9 split.
That was pretty good. What was the overall time?
1:30.
1:30? If I could get under 1 second, I would be very impressed.
All right, shooter ready. Stand by. 9.8.
Nice.
That's a 4.7 reaction with a 5.1 split.
Those are 2 solid hits too. That's pretty quick.
Shooter ready. Stand by. Yank that one a little right. That was an 8.9 with a 4.0 with a 4.9.
Yeah, I was say I pulled most of those BBs off to the right of Sing Song. Not bad at 15 yards here.
Shooter ready. Stand by. A little low left on that one. I got a 4.2 with a 4.7, 0.89 total.
I'm getting pretty good with the shotgun, Beard.
Shooter ready. Stand by.
Oh, I missed that. Dang it.
I put it back. All
2
right.
shots each.
Shooter ready. Stand by.
Oh, I missed the first shot on Sing Song.
I think you missed all of those low.
No, I hit the ones on the round plate and the second shot on Sing Song.
Looks like a 4.9 with a 5.1 fastest split. Or slowest split, maybe. Had a 4.9, a 5.1, a 5.1, a 5.1. Actually, all those splits were 5.1.
Really?
Yeah, every single one of them.
That's very odd. Okay, do one on each for the last run.
All right, shooter ready. Stand by.
I missed both of those, whatever.
There's an 8.2. Check the splits!
Check the splits! I don't know if we've had this on the channel before. I found this, I think on Outdoor Limited, pretty inexpensive buckshot. It's less than 50 cents a shot. It's a more 12 pellet from NSI. And you can see the translucent blue there. Nice high brass. Very interesting. Never seen these before. Pretty neat. Yeet. Keep it up. Let's move up just a hair.
Yep. That's where the plan. They're a dirtable. Little 12 shot. Right about there?
Yep, that'll work. Okay, shooter ready. Stand by. That was a 206 overall, 1 second first shot.
So I'd like to get under 2.5 if possible.
Stand by. First shot went a little bit high.
Yep.
That was a 159 with a 8-1 reaction shot.
Yep, my reaction shots are a little slower than what I want, but oh well.
You're starting from low ready.
True, I need to be like here.
Yep, that's pretty good right there. Stand by. Yeah, first shot was low again. 183 with a 9.3 reaction. Stand by. Yeah, first shot was low again. 8.5 reaction, 192 overall.
I think I've got 2 more probably.
Send
So
it.
enough for one more round.
You gotta get this first one on target.
And I said I was shooting it high.
Low.
Low.
Every shot's been low on the first shot. Stand by. That was a good solid hit. That was a 9-0 reaction, 180 overall. Pretty good stuff. Any final thoughts, Beard? This is like the king of utilitarian tools as far as shotguns go. You could probably shoot clays with it. I think we'll do a video on that just for gits and shiggles. Because I had, with the FRN, we shot clays with that just for fun, and it worked just fine. But just for the sake of the argument, we'll make a video on it. But 100 rounds of mostly buckshot, and it ran everything just fine.
I mean, you're starting to get some rubbing wear.
Yep, from where the pump's going. Hold that up.
You got right in there.
Yep.
And then same on the other side.
A nice battle wear on that guy.
Mm-hmm. And there's a little nick in the finish there.
Probably when I put that down on the screw up yonder.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely gonna clean up that hot mess and make a new stand this week. But yeah, it's a utilitarian tool. I mean, it's nothing special, but it works great.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it, really.
That pretty much sums it up.
So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to Stoeger for sending this out to showcase to you guys. 100 rounds completely flawless. Check out our sponsors in the description of every video. If you aren't already, sign up for lbry.tv. The link is down in the description. And as always, don't ride that slide home.